Hi, my name's Jordan, and I'm going to be doing the video walkthrough on this 2021 Airstream 23FB Flying Cloud. I'm going to start up right up front here, take you on the outside, awning, all of that, and then we'll pop on the inside, show you those features too. So like I said, I'm going to start right up on the front here, where you'll see you have your electric tongue jack, which is going to be nice and easy, just an up-down movement there, and a light on here to show you everything when you're doing it in the dark. There is a little level here that is going to show you what you're at. So, I mean, if I put it down, we're going to be nice and to the level there. I'm not going to worry about it right this instant here because we have a whole walkthrough to get through here. Of course, in this one is your propane tanks. You'll see you have your two propane tanks here, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty to open up, with your regulator right down here. So there's going to be a little black knob here, which I just turned with my finger, and you can go either direction. That's how you source which tank you're going to be drawing out of. So just make sure that you have it turned into one full direction, open up that tank, and then when you want to fill that tank again, swap it to the other one, take that tank out, and go ahead and fill it. Close this back up here, and we're going to be looking down from there at that little port that's underneath. It might be hard to see, but that is also going to be a portable part or a portable propane port for a barbecue or anything like that that you have. That, of course, is leading off of these two propane tanks. This block box right here, I just opened that up. It is your battery box. Not a whole lot you have to do in there. There is going to be like a fuse hidden in here. So you just want to make sure you check on those things. Just close it back up nicely. Now, there is one more thing down here, and that is just going to be a little plug in here. I'm going to open it up and let the camera peek in. That there is for your solar panel if you decide to get a portable solar panel. It's nice and easy. It's plugged in and pre-wired to the batteries. The one other thing up here is your window cover here. So I already did the other side. You just unlatch these both sides here by giving it a good pull. And then you can actually open this up, and this is a nice cover here for your actual window. So you want to tighten both sides, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty by this black knob. Lift it up so it's equal. Lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. And now we can actually open up this front window when we're inside, so that it really lets the airflow in. So we're going to be getting more on that when we touch on the inside here. Let's continue on the side here, where you are going to see these jacks here. I'm going to pop around to the other side and grab my thing here, my good old tool. So this, of course, is going to be in your unit. This is how you get these jacks down. You actually can just flip that right on here, and you just start turning the way that makes it go down here. So lefty, loosey, righty, tighty again, and you're going to be going all the way down to the ground. And that is going to be your stabilizers. Of course, you go up by going the other direction here. I'm not going to worry about putting all four down today, just because we're pretty stable as we are. Now, the other thing that you're going to see right underneath here is this tube. If we open up the tube, that is where you can actually store your sewage hose. So you don't have to store it inside or anything like that. There's a nice little port for it to go right in there, which is nice and easy. Then, I have a couple things on the side here. Open these all up. This one here, it's just going to be your fresh water tank fill for it. So it's going to be a little hole, of course, and you can just stick your hose in there when you want to fill your fresh water tank. Of course, there's going to be two sources of water, fresh water tank and city water, which we'll get to. This is just your fresh water tank fill. Right up here, this is your actual plug-in here. So I'm not plugged in right now. I'm going to be running off solar panel, so you can see everything working though. Or sorry, not solar panel, batteries, I should say. And if we did want to run off shore power plugged in right there, it's super easy. It has a smart locking plug, which is quite nice. And that's going to be 30 amps, so that will let you be able to run your AC and everything like that. This right here is going to be your cable and satellite port. So if you go to a site that does have cable and satellite, the coax will just go right into there, and it goes right to your TV. Nice and easy there. This right here, open it up just so you can see inside. This is just your inside of your fridge. So there's nothing you really have to do other than to make sure this little spout is pointing on the outwards, because that is where the drain goes. Because sometimes your fridge will have some condensation. That's where it's going to exhaust there. Close that up. I'm going to get back to your window awnings in a second. I'm going to continue along the side. We'll come back to that. Up here is your vent for your stove. So whenever you decide to cook, there's little two tabs up in each corner. You just want to open it up so that flap can actually be open. And then when you cook, that is going to fully allow that air to get out. On the outside here, this top one, that is your city water. So if you're connected to a site and you want to run water right to your lines, you connect it right through this port here. You just do have to make sure that you use a water pressure regulator, however, because you don't know what pressure those sites are pumping out. So it could be 100 psi. These trailers are made for roughly around 45 psi. So keep that in mind. And then a lot of sites will also require you use a white and blue water hose so that it is nice and clean and has a little filter in it too. This one underneath here, this other water spout here, this is actually a black tank flush. So what that has to do with is your black and gray tank right down here. So your gray tank is going to be soap and like shower water, sink water. Your black tank is going to be toilet water, which you can see right here. I'm going to come back up to that tank flush. What you want to do, of course, is you want to unscrew the cap, take your hose and attach it into the hole in the ground. Depending where you are, of course, there might be other rules to do with that. And then what I always do is I tell people to pull the black tank first. That's going to be all the nasty stuff coming out of your toilet there, which you'll be able to tell when you need to empty it on the inside. We'll talk about that. So you empty out your black tank, then you can empty out your gray because that will clean the hose a little bit better there because it's just soapy water coming out of your gray tank. Now, that black tank up there, the black tank flush, I should say, you want to leave the tank flush or tank open here, and then you can attach a hose up top here and spray water into your black tank. It actually siphons it around and cleans it out. So it's nice to do every single time you empty your tank because, a cleaner tank is always better. And of course, I just say, remember again, leave that tank valve open so you don't have that water spraying and coming out through your toilet. Just FYI there. The next piece here is your outdoor shower. So in this compartment here, you're going to have a hot and cold nozzle and a actual pull-out faucet for you to use. Now, of course, when you are sourcing off of city water, you can use that freely and at any point. But if you are sourcing off your water tank, you do have to turn on your water pump on the inside, which pressurizes the water up to the fixtures. So just remember that. We'll hit that again when we're on the inside. Right below here, this is going to be your furnace exhaust. So that is just going to be pumping out hot air if you are running your furnace. So just be careful on that point that you don't put any chairs or fingers around that area, of course. Now I'm going to get back to this window awning that we skipped over. You have this little special rod here that comes with the Airstream that has to do with your window awning. You'll see there's a little latch down here that you can attach it to. Your window awning is all the way across here. Now, every window awning has its little lock. So what you do on this point here, might be hard to see in the video, but I'll pull my piece out right here. It's a little latch in that's attached to the Airstream just so it's fully stable there. And then I'm going to turn that. That way we are unlocked. We're going to get my piece out here. We go back to that middle area. And then, very slowly, you're going to give this a pull. And you want to grab onto this piece with your hand as soon as you can because, of course, this only has a little piece to it. Once you do that, there's a little hook right on the side. You just hook it on in, and you're good to go. There's your window awning out. It's nice and easy. Now, putting these away, you do want to go nice and slow. So, again, you want to grab it with your hand, give it a little bit of attention towards you, hook it on, extend your hand to as far as you can, and then slowly place this back. Now, if you do it too fast, it'll slam against the Airstream, and of course you don't want that. Plus, you might lose this little strap up top. It might be tucked in the actual cover there, which is very hard to actually get out. So again, go nice and easy, nice and slow, and then you just come back over to the locking piece here, give it a nice twist for travel, and it just locks into place. Nice and easy there. And then from here, you have that another stabilizer down at the bottom. Then we have our back area here where we have a couple things to talk about. Number one is there is another window awning. Now this one is tucked up there a little bit, so it's going to get that down there. There we go. Get my little rod in there, and then again, give it a nice pull. This one is going to be a little bit different, so you do want to, again, grab on. There's going to be these two pieces down here that you actually just want to flip around, and onto the Airstream, there's going to be these little holders for it. So there, I still don't want to let go until I have both sides in, of course. Flip around to the other side, get a little pull, and now we are locked in position for there. Nice and easy, super easy to do. When you want to get it out, you just pull this, of course, towards you. You flip these arms back, and it's going to sit down there. And then you just slowly, like I said, wrap this up. Again, you want to go slow so you still have that flap hanging out there. Now, the other things to talk about this is going to be this little back storage area here, which I'm actually going to stick this rod for now. Actually, I'm going to need that for your actual awning, but we'll come back to that in a second. So that's a little storage area with these clamps that you just push down and it locks into place. This right here is just going to be your license plate holder. And you do have your rear camera up top. So that's going to be working with that extra monitor you get, which you basically just plug it into your car, and it is a wireless system, which is just works super easy here. So talking about this front side with your door side here, we have the awning, which we're going to go over. We have the door here. I'm going to give it a close so I can show you this. There's two locks on the door, of course. Both work with the keys. And then coming along the side here, this right here is your little door holder. So when it comes all the way open, it's going to sit right in here. And to open it back up, or close it, sorry, I should say, you just pull this latch, close your door there. I do want to talk about this system here because this is your hot water heater. So again, there's not much you really need to do in here other than turning on this on button when you want to use it. There's an on button there, and then there's another on button on the inside that you just want to turn on and off there. Other things to notice are the fuse, of course, and the water pressure regulator right down in the corner. This doesn't require much to use. It is a tankless water heater, which is great. They work quite fast and get quite hot. And to close it, go on that latch. You'll see right next to it, there is two plugins right there, which are nice to have if you want to run any outdoor lights. This one here, to use it, you just take your finger, pull up, give it a twist with your hand, and then it will open back up, and you can see we have sewage hose, your cables in there. There is a light in there as well. Closing that back up here. Okay. All right. So we're going to stop the video here, and we're going to get set up for the awning, and then we'll go inside. All right. Now that we fixed our technical issues we were having on the last Airstream awning video for you, I'm going to take a new one right here. So this, of course, is how we are going to work your Airstream awning. So either end of your Airstream, you're going to have these wheels right here. Now this usually sits locked into place up top there. I've already undone this one, but I'll show you how to undo the other side. There's three locks that you want to undo on this awning here. This is going to be on both sides, where you actually stick your red piece here into one of the holes that you can see. And it might be hard to see in the video, but you're going to actually turn it lefty-loosey, righty-tighty, until it loosens up fully, that you can actually move it to the side there. You'll see it unlocks its position. And then if I continue on here, there's this little piece right here too that you unlock, just like your window awnings. And I've already done that other side to make it nice and easy for us. And then you'll come to the middle, and you'll have the pull strap. Again, you want to go slow, and you want to grab it with your hand as soon as you can. See, I'm lowering it down, grabbing this with my hand. Go, pulling it all the way out here. So I'm going to put the stick down for now, and we'll come back to that in a second. You want to keep your hand on this string here, because if you see, if I let go and give it some less tension, it does want to start rolling back. The next step is, of course, to lock the Airstream into place, or the Airstream, sorry, the awning. You pull this arm here, which is just down, locked on this little piece. Pull it up, and all the way to the top awning piece here. You'll see it's locked into place. Now that is going to secure that piece there. What you want to do after that is actually give it a good tug. So it actually locks into place there. And we're going to go into do the same thing on the other side. And take this awning arm, place it up top. Now that I actually have this, I can let go of that string there. And like I said, give it a good pull, lock it into place. Make sure you give it a good tug because that's how it actually stays stable here. The next point is actually to lifting this arm up. So you'll see that there is a little knob right here. What you actually want to do is you want to pull it towards, you can see now it's going to move since I unlocked it. There's going to be points where we can lift it up. You'll see there's a spot right here that locks in. I actually just locked into another spot there. There's a couple more spots down this awning to get you more height. Just show you, I'll do one more. See, the next one is quite the next step up. Now, you'll see as the awning right now is actually on a pitch. So this is going to be great for if you're running, or if it's a little bit of rain and you want that water to run off to one side. Now, I can, of course, adjust this side so that it's going to be matching or fix. Oh, just got to pull it. There you go. Lock it into the next position there. So you'll see that there is a few different positions for your awning. And when you have it into the right position, you can actually roll this up and then you can tuck it in up top here. It's going to be hard to see in the video. I'm not going to do it during the video because we're going to need this in just a minute here for putting away your awning. So to put away your awning, you want to put the actual arms back down to the position. So that's that one there. And then you want to go to this side, lower it back down. So you want to make sure, this one is a little trickier because it is extended more. You want to make sure you don't clip your fingers or clip your hands. So grab high up top here, pull this, and slowly level it down here. There you go. See, it just clipped into place. From there, you want to go grab your middle string here as we're going to be putting the awning back away. So you give it a little bit more of a tug. And now this, you can easily take off. Place back in its position here. Again, remember not to let go of this string because now we are holding the awning. So give it another pull towards you. That gets these out of position. Fits right back in there. Now we're going to lower or let the awning rise itself back up here. And for this, you do want to go really slow, again, because you don't want to let the awning slam against the actual Airstream itself. So take it up with your hands, slow, grabbing onto the rod when it's time, and then slowly going up so we don't lose that there. And then we go ahead and we lock it all up exactly how we unlocked it here. So first taking this, locking it back up there. We'll see, we just locked it in for travel. Using that. Now this here, you do want to squeeze this awning to go together here a little bit. I like to loosen these a little bit, and then from there, takes a little bit of time and a little bit of practice to do. Kind of got to just wiggle it into position. Might need to just grab one of the other holes here. There you go. And then you just find one of those holes again and tighten it back up. Still giving it a squeeze until it's fully tightened there, just so you're not having any movement on the awning here. There we go. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. We are just about there, giving it an extra tug just in case. Yeah, see if we can move it a little bit more. There we go. So now your awning is locked up. You want to do that to the other side, of course, and your Airstream awning is ready for travel. Now we're going to jump inside. So now we're inside the Airstream 23 Flying Cloud. We're going to look right at the wall here, as there is a couple features to look at right when you come in the door. A couple switches right here. Those are going to be for your outside switches on the awning and everything like that. Then you have a couple here. So I'm actually going to turn off everything here. And then you'll see the ceiling light, which is on the inside, has a dimmer switch. You may not be able to tell in the video, but it is getting brighter. And then your awning lights, which also has a dimmer switch as well. Right below that is going to be your battery disconnect, where you'll see it has store and use. When you do want to store the Airstream, you just hit the store. It turns off all power. You can drain it off the batteries, but when you want to use it, you just got to flick that on. Super easy. Then, of course, looking up, you'll see you have a nice whiteboard to write everything on, or any notes that you want to do. Then let's jump actually right into the bathroom here, where you'll see on the left side, you're going to have your shower, which I'm just going to turn this little knob here, open up for you. Can't really explain a whole lot in there because it is just your shower and hot and cold nozzle, all that. And then the main features to look at are going to be, of course, you'll see the mirror sink, and I'm actually going to sneak in there so I can show you the window as well, because all these windows open the same. So there's two little latches down here. This one I actually opened up before, so just to get some air in here. So this is going to be like this when you get your Airstream. This is a closed window, how it looks. These latches are sideways. Those pieces are clipped in there. So what you want to do is you want to open it up, give it a turn. Open it up, give it a turn, and then you'll see it kind of wants to be open there. Of course, these two handles here you want to grab, and then there's three positions on the outside that you can put it in. So you put it in there, where? That's 1, 2, and then of course your wide open 1, 3. And you can take a look at all that airflow you really get in here. And say you do want to close off this window to all the sun and everything, you can actually lock it in right there. It's kind of nice. You have a nice blind there if you do want to have the window open, but this is of course a tinted window, then nice and easy to lock. Close that, close that. Yeah, plug right underneath there. Sorry about that window again. That's going to be for every window that opens up that same exact way. So just to show you one here. You'll see the toilet is right here. It does have a flush just on that side, which will be done by your hand or foot. You step on it halfway to get water in the bowl, and then a full step to flush it down. There is going to be a few things here for us to look at here. One is just going to be your light switch for the bathroom, of course. Then I'm going to start up here, because this is your tank monitor. So what you're going to have is you're going to have your battery, which you just hold down to read your battery voltage. Fresh water is full right now. And then we have our gray, and then black, which are full because we have winterized right now. When you do want to pump water into it, you are going to push this pump button here. So it turns on that green light. It's going to pressurize your pump. I'm not going to leave it on right now because I'm not running any water. That's going to pressurize that water into the tank, or into your fixtures, from your tank. Right here is your hot water heater. This is super easy to use because all you do is you turn it on, and then you can change the temperature up and down. There is a couple things you can do on it by just turn it on here. I actually don't have the power going into it because I don't have any propane in the system right now. We are getting that done. So it is pretty easy to get set up. You just basically turn it on, sets up the system, temperature right there, super easy to use. From there, we do have your kitchen, which I'll just close the bathroom door. You'll have a couple things on this side here, which a push button to open this up, and you get a nice amount of storage in there. And you have storage up top, of course. There's going to be storages all around. These ones here just lift open, quite nice. Lots of space up there. Turn on this little light so we get all the light. Of course, you have your big sink underneath there. Not really going to show you any of that for the video because it's going to be kind of self-explanatory when you get it. There's going to be a few things back here, though, that we have to look at. So this right here is going to be your energy controller. So to see how many watts we're doing right now. And this is going to be for your inverter. So right now, if you have the inverted plugs, which I believe is going to be like TV, you can turn on the inverter and just by hitting the on button there, and it's going to turn it on so you can watch that TV off of your battery, which is kind of a nice feature. There's two fans or button down here. It just depends what you want to run. You select each one there. It's going to be easy to read for you. That's your stovetop. Just folded it up, nice and easy. And then to light it, you actually just go to the little propane symbol there. You can see it lights up red, which you can change to blue, but when it's running, it'll be red. And then you hit this sparker, and it's going to turn it on. Of course, again, I don't have propane on right now because I've never turned it on the outside. This is your oven. To light this, there is a little system here where you got to push it in, and then turn it over to the fire symbol, the light symbol, and then at the very back, there's going to be, it's just going to light back there, so it's kind of nice. And you set your temperature, leave it for a little bit, heats up. Underneath, of course, just going to be a nice little storage area again. Quite nice feature. Up above that is going to be a light and then this fan. So that's that fan I was talking about when you're cooking on the stove top that you want to open on the outside. So you do want to definitely do that each time you decide to, of course, run it. Another storage area here. And of course, you'll come over here, get a couple more storage areas along the side here, but then we'll get these two right here. These three systems, I should say, because one is just your 12-volt system right there, USB. Nice and easy. You can see there to charge your phones. This right here is your radio. So that's going to be working off the speakers in here, and you just turn it on by holding the button, and give it a second, of course. It's going to change to a station. Of course, you're going to have to fiddle around with it. You can't set up your Bluetooth and everything to there. Then the volume, you can just turn left and right. And you can change your zones, of course, as you can see on here, to see what you're actually wanting to play. Of course, I don't want any music playing for our video here, so I'm going to leave that off. And then down below is going to be your DVD player, of course, for your TV. So it's nice and easy to work. You do get a remote, of course, and just hit with a button, put the DVD in, and let it play. I'm going to put this is a little cover for your speaker so people don't really know it's there. It's kind of nice. Don't really notice that is what it is. So it's kind of nice little hidden feature there. I'm going to be coming over here to talk about, again, your kitchen here. You have the convection microwave up top here, which, of course, has the metal plates inside for the convection portion, which you'll just be able to run by hitting convection and then the temperature that you want it to sit at. As for your fridge, you can see just by opening it, it's pretty easy there. To work it, there's a couple buttons up top. There's the on and off right here. Pretty easy, turns it on and off. And then there is the auto system, which is always going to be on. But if you want it to run specifically on gas, you just have to hit this button and it's going to try and light on gas. If you can't get it to light, what it is going to do right now, it's going to give a red symbol. I just turned off the fridge, of course, because, again, no propane. Now it's going to run on propane or a being plugged in. So just to keep that in mind as well. Down below this, we have the converter here, which is going to be your fuses and breakers right there. So yeah, I would carry a few extra fuses with you when you want to make sure you want to, if you ever blow a fuse, you don't want to have to run out. And then right next to it is the propane detector, so LP protector, or can't talk now. It's going to sense the CO2 and propane to make sure there is no leaks, and if there is, it is heavy, it sinks to the floor. Now this table here, of course, it is going to be able to make it to a bed, which you just see these two pieces right down here. Quite easy to work. Loosen that, and then you actually want to move the cushions out of the way before we do it here. If you just push down, you can see it's nice and easy. It's going to lower all the way down, and then you actually, when it's down in the position that you want, you lock these back up. So it is quite easy to do. You just got to move those cushions out of the way before you do it, of course, or else you're going to get stuck on them. But moving on to the bedroom here. See, there's a little roll-up curtain here. I'm not going to bother rolling it out for you, but it is quite nice. It goes along the track on the outside. When we're looking up here, we are going to see the smoke detector up there as well, and a couple vents for the roofs, which we're going to talk about in just a minute, which is going to be the AC. Open this up just for you to see. There's a couple little pieces in there, for pillows, a couple the comforter and stuff like that. So everything's going to be set up for you. And close that back up. More storage on this one, kind of the same thing over here. I'm going to sneak to beside your bed and show you a couple of the things here. This right here is just going to be your light switch for your bedroom, which of course, I'll leave that on. And you have your dimmer again, so if you are watching a movie, it's quite nice. This little strap here, you pull this, and you can actually pull out your TV and adjust it 2 different ways. So if you want to change it to more when you guys are laying in bed, it's quite nice there. Latches it back into place. 3 plugs right here. One's for, of course, your HDMI that runs to that DVD player up front. The plug right here for your TV. And then you'll see this is a coax right here. This is actually leading to an antenna that's on the roof where there's this little black button here, and you turn it off. That means that there is no signal. It cuts that signal. If you do want to watch a few free channels, turn that on. You see the green light. You will source some free channels off that TV there. See, I have all the blinds covered. There is plugins on the other side of the bed there. And then up top, there is the fan. So that is going to be your one of your fans there to exhaust all the air. If you don't have AC power, it's quite nice. What you do is you just come to one of the corners here. You'll see an on and off button there. You just want to flick that on and then hit the up button there, and it's automatically going to go up. If you ever need to do it manually, there is that twist as well that you can twist it up manually, and it's going to get that speed going. Then you'll see as well that this one has a little 1, 2, 3 knob up there. You might have saw it. That's how you choose the speed for what you want to decide on how it's going to go here. Now there is, I'm going to get you to come over here, and there is a little piece right here that we have to look at. This right here is your AC, furnace, all of that control. So I'm just going to turn it on for now. It selects furnace. I don't really want hot air running in here right now, but if we do, you can hit down and up. You'll see it changes. It might be hard to see on the video because it's electronic. And then you just go to mode. This mode will change it to different features. So we have a fan, which is going to be air circulation off your AC, off. And then we have cool, which is going to be through your AC. That you have to be plugged in for, so I'm not going to be able to run that right now. But again, you can change the temperature right here with that. And then you have an inside temperature button on the side here that changes it to, it says we're 73 in here. So that's, if we get the AC cooling, it is going to go quite down. You can change it to Celsius, Fahrenheit, whatever you feel is more comfortable for you. And then you can program it to come on at certain times. You have the clock system as well. Then again, that fan that I was talking about right here. And then nice and easy, just hold that to go off. It is going to exhaust all the air out of each feature. So say we had the AC running, it's going to take a minute to exhaust that air, plus also the furnace as well, just to get rid of all of that air that's still in there. Trying to think what else we still have. There is storage underneath the bed. Just lift it up and there's storage underneath there. And that is how you use your Airstream 23 Flying Cloud. So if you do have any questions, feel free to give a call out to your salesman and they'll be more than willing to help. Again, this is a video on a 2021 Airstream 23FB Flying Cloud here at Traveland RV.